That controller can only mean one thing. We're playing the Atari 2600 Junior. And on today's episode of Memory Lane, we're going to be playing Donkey Kong on the Atari 2600. And there's a very, very interesting story about Donkey Kong being introduced to the Atari 2600. Especially that it was ported over by Coleco, out of all companies. As you know, Coleco was major competition for the Atari brand. So they had ColecoVision. And in fact, ColecoVision was bundled with Donkey Kong. So here's an interesting story about this game. Coleco on purposely made the Atari 2600 and Intellivision wait 6 months after the release of the ColecoVision before they got their hands on Donkey Kong. Well, unfortunately for Intellivision in the 2600, it appears that Coleco purposely ported Donkey Kong really crappy over on the both of those two consoles right there, and they made the ColecoVision version look all nice and shiny and pretty looking. Also, Coleco purposely refused to port it to the 5200 because they knew for sure that the 5200 version would probably destroy the ColecoVision's version. So if you take a look at the Intellivision version of Donkey Kong, it looks kind of like poop. That Donkey Kong right there does not look like a donkey at all. Although, that's definitely not a donkey to begin with. It's a Kong. It's a monkey. And that definitely does not look like a monkey. It looks like a piece of crap with legs and arms. Look at that thing. That looks pretty bad. Now later on, you're going to see the Atari 2600 version, and it doesn't really look that much any better, unfortunately. But later on, you'll see that also I struggled quite a bit trying to get the game to even work. So stay tuned for that. Now the game also released on the Atari 7800 in 1988, so Atari definitely got the last laugh on Coleco, because it was not made by Coleco or published by Coleco at that time. It was definitely a much better version than the ColecoVision version of Donkey Kong. The 7800 was definitely awesome. The NES version eventually came out, and of course, righteously so, it was made by Nintendo themselves. So as you can see on the cartridge right here, there's quite a bit of Coleco plastered over this cartridge. For Atari fans, that's a bit of a no-no. Like, what the hell's going on here? Got Coleco plastering their name all over the place, advertising themselves. And the front label of the cartridge is not really fancy at all. It says Donkey Kong by Nintendo, and a video game cartridge for use with the Atari Video Computer System and Sears Video Arcade. And as you already know from back in the Atari days, Sears also made Atari consoles. Yeah, down below where the fine print is right there, you can see Donkey Kong is a trademark of Nintendo of America, in 1981 Nintendo of America, Atari, and Video Game Computer System. And eventually, once you get to the bottom, it also has another mentioning of Coleco and Amsterdam, New York, which I guess that's probably where they were located at the time. And on the top label, which is quite sickening, wait till you see this. You have a Donkey Kong right there, quite the small Donkey Kong logo right there on the right side, and then when you move it over, you have a Coleco logo that's nearly as big as the Donkey Kong logo itself. It's kind of definitely rubbing it into the Atari fan's face right there. Coleco, yeah, buy the ColecoVision. What are you doing playing Atari? We make games for Atari, and we make them better on ColecoVision. Look at that. I mean, look at that. That big-ass Coleco logo. I mean, check that out. That is quite embarrassing for the Atari fans. So let's pop this game in and let's check out Atari's version of Donkey Kong. So here we have Donkey Kong, and it's working on the first try here. Now, it's actually not the first try. I actually had to repair my Atari 2600 controller. As you can see previously, I was unable to actually play this game with the controller, and now it works. So let's try Donkey Kong, if we can call this Donkey Kong. Let's try it out. Let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can get this working. Got to turn down the volume a little bit here. The lamb's a little loud. And here we go. We got Donkey Kong. And you can tell as soon as you start the game, usually you get a little song or something like that, but not in the 2600 version. And it's definitely a your normal, typical Donkey Kong gameplay. Nothing really fancy. Let's see what we've got here. We're almost winning this level right here. And I'm using the 2600 controller. And it is definitely working the way it should, finally. I had to modify it with a bread tie. And as if you notice on top, the 2600 version of Donkey Kong, does not quite look like Donkey Kong. Kind of looks like a Bobo from Double Dragon, or a very, very angry gingerbread man. I mean, look at that. He's just pissed off. He's waving his arms around. He's not in a good mood at all. Alright, so we have, oh, yeah, what the hell is that? That's cheating. That's not allowed. So I've been hearing from a lot of Atari 2600 gamers that, oh, what the hell? That thing went after me. What is that thing? If you use a Sega Genesis controller, you're actually going to have better luck playing these games than using the standard 2600 controller. Apparently, the 2600 controller is not the greatest controller in the world for using on the Atari itself. Oh, I want to jump back. Damn it. Well, that sucks. Let's start this over again. So yeah, as you see here, we're playing Donkey Kong. And it was ported over by Coleco. And as you already know, Coleco actually bundled Donkey Kong with their ColecoVision. And of course, they made their version of Donkey Kong for their console look fantastic. It looks so much better. I believe that the Atari 2600 version probably could have definitely had a better looking Donkey Kong. But they purposely made the Intellivision and the Atari 2600 version look horrible. I have no idea what they were thinking, but they purposely did not port this game to the Atari 5200 because they knew that the Atari 5200 version would probably look better. So yeah, they purposely made this game look as crappy as possible, just to make their version. Oh, I got hit in the head. Just to make their version look better, just so people are like, oh yeah, ColecoVision looks better. Well, at least this version still plays just as good, but it sucks. So yeah, so there's nothing really fancy about this version of Donkey Kong. I think that the Intellivision version looks a lot uglier. But yeah, this is the Atari version of Donkey Kong. It's nothing really fancy. It kind of looks atrocious a little bit. The Atari could definitely do better than this, but it's basically what we got. And, again, Donkey Kong does not look like Donkey Kong. As you can see up there on top, he's dancing around, acting a little crazy. He looks like a freaking gingerbread man, a really pissed off gingerbread man, or as I would say, a Bobo from Double Dragon, but naked, no clothes, really pissed off, waving his arms around, ready to beat someone up. And yeah, that's basically what the Atari 2600 got for Donkey Kong. And I think it was deliberately done on purpose by Coleco, if you ask me. And that's Donkey Kong for the Atari 2600. It's originally a Nintendo game, and Coleco acquired the rights to port it over to various different consoles, including their own. And as you can see, Mario in this game definitely has a much bigger nose, and he's much fatter. So back in the Donkey Kong days, Mario was a much fatter fat ass. He looks like he definitely ate a lot of Italian food. If you let me see, we'll jump back. Yeah, this is a tricky level right here. Oh, what the hell? Get up that ladder. Oh my god. Oh my god, I have to jump over there somehow. What the hell? Wait. I jumped over that section right there. I got screwed. Oh, game over. So yeah, if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And let me know what you think down below. And I will be reviewing more. Looks like what the hell? Looks like my cat's been biting my 2600 controller. I have cat teeth marks on it. Just noticed that.